Hey there, this is Lucky Star-Lord for the first time on his own playing the video games. What's up, guys? So, I just did a test run a little earlier. Ran through some of the things. Audio, other things like the way I spoke to you guys, the way I interacted. This was like the self-test. I didn't release this, but I noticed that the audio, it was a little bit problematic. The game audio was overshadowing me by a bit. So here we go again, take two, if you will, even though you guys probably won't see take one. Right now, today, or tonight, relative to me, I'm gonna play some Captain Cold because he's the boy. He's that boy. And just really actually cool character. I really appreciate how he got into this game. Out of all the roster picks, one of my favorite ones, like on the main roster, I gotta say. Like, what is it? Captain Cold really does shine in at least some of the more, like almost all the modern exposure he's been getting recently. I haven't seen him in Rebirth yet, but what's it? I assume it can only be good. It can only be good with Captain Cold, cause honestly, when is it ever bad? So yeah, right now I'm just fucking around, customizing him a little bit, getting him ready to go out in our little play sesh. So I thinking I might just do an endless and see what kind of Cap Cold gear we can get, or whatever the game will be so merciful to give us. That's it. I'll probably do like a Captain Cold gear loadout video some other time, because I actually do like showing off like some of the characters in this game, at least when like my friends are around. So I feel like there isn't really that many videos on YouTube that's really good at showing it, or at least the ones that have enough exposure that you can find easily. So I hope to be that guy one day, that you can look me up and you can see the kinds of gear for Captain Cold. But yeah, time for that endless run. So the video is either going to end when I lose, or it's going to end when I call it. It's just going to be a good time, whatever it is. Now, like, I'll probably let you guys listen.
You think you're colder than me?
Of that there can be no question.
Can't wait to hear those teeth chatter.
Yeah, you know it, my boy. You about to get fucking stomped by the OG ice dude in this game. I actually do kind of like Sub-Zero in this game. At first, I was like, he's the Mortal Kombat like guaranteed character. We have to deal with that. But like after downloading him like a month ago or so, it's like I think 2 months ago now. He was just, no, 3 actually. Damn, it's been a while. But yeah, he was just like a bunch of fun, and I actually did like his gear, because believe it or not, what's it? If any of you guys are familiar with my Twitter, I do not hate Mortal Kombat. It's just I don't like it in Injustice 2. And that probably leads in. I should, like, this is quickly leading off of our main boy, but Raiden. He's not bad. Like, as far as the whole thing goes, he's pretty solid character pick. Like when we get to see him now. Otherwise he was just the worst.
Cologne's a little strong, Rod.
You smell of weakness.
No, that's soap.
Begin.
Yeah, he was just like Raiden should not have joined the roster here, especially with like the limited roster slots that we have, because I remember hearing, like, I've been watching some more Maximilian dude, because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has come out quite recently, and it's just like watching more content on that since I already watched story mode, and I'm getting more into the world of the FGC community, and it's like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has like, I feel like, this kind of system where they can just keep adding DLC characters, and for the most part, more DLC would not inherently be a good thing. It would usually be a bad thing, like, oh, we gotta spend more money on this game. But I just like enjoy getting to see more characters, like especially more DC characters in this game. But yeah, we should probably have Black Lightning outright. Maybe have a Raiden Premier skin for him, because then you gotta think about it. How many people would have bought him for that purpose? Because like they would have like, oh, Black Lightning, I don't really care about that guy, but oh look, they got a Raiden Premier skin, I can make him Raiden. That's good enough for me. But like most of us DC purists who want that to be the main bread and butter of this game, we'd have gotten Black Lightning, and he would probably play differently, because despite what I hear, okay, well let's.
Can't believe Soups took you on.
He recognized my talents.
Just proves you're a toady.
Begin.
Yeah. God love Captain Cold, this is you. But yeah, like, it's like, despite what some might believe, it's not so interchangeable, some characters in their premiere skins. Like, most of the characters are extremely interchangeable with their premiere skins. It works that way for the most part. Vixen and Black Lightning so far have been the exemptions, because they are just like completely semi-separate, because like Black Lightning and Raiden, they both have lightning, but like Raiden is like so ingrained in like his iconic moves and everything that like it plays like against like the identity of Black Lightning in a way. I know very little of Black Lightning, but yet at the same time I know enough about him to know that like he's not really all about how Raiden rolls. He's like mixed martial arts, street like level like superhero, you know. He's got like probably gonna have like lightning infused like physical attacks, like similar to Raiden, but a little bit more like brawler, street level boxing, something like that. I would have felt like that would have actually been pretty sick looking, you know, especially with like if I could have made him like a bald, like gruff looking Black Lightning. That would have been pretty sick actually. Granted, Black Lightning would not have been my pick for the DLC, so you know, I guess it's good that he's in the game somehow, even though Raiden comes with. Like, I was initially not going to download Raiden, but
Finally a shot at the big guy.
Black
Careful
Lightning.
what you wish for. Just a chance to freeze your ass.
Begin.
But yeah, a little bit off that, because I turned the introduction audience, half of you against me, maybe more. I don't know how this ranks up with people, but yeah, like, man, Captain Cold, they changed so much about like the comics, because like there was a good portion of like the rogues still alive. Like his sister survived all the way up to year 5. It was just Heat Wave and I think Weather Wizard who died, but now like everyone's dead, or everyone's still alive, because the intro dialogues leave that like to be like suggested, because I don't fucking know. Bane's talking about ruling the rogues. Really dig Captain Cold though. Like, first got exposed to the character on the CW. Wentworth Miller, just like, I love his voice with Captain Cold. It's just fun. Also, I forgot that like Captain Canary was a ship on the show until like I watched the intro video earlier today. I am playing like shit, but that's mainly because I'm not concentrating. Trust me, I'm all right. I can beat a couple of you guys out there. But yeah, like my boy Cap talking about stealing kisses in this game, and I forgot that my boy Captain and Canary, they were macking at each other in the Legends of Tomorrow series. Speaking of, here comes his teammate Firestorm.
Fire and ice.
A played-out theme, don't you think?
Got a soft spot for the classics.
Begin.
Oh man, Gravelord Nico hates how they're like opposite each other on the character's select screen. I think it's kind of funny. Especially since Legend of Tomorrow adds a new like reason for them to be over there. It's funny how some of the CW shows, like that show, the most have like given characters new relationships than they would have had in the comics. Because I don't think there's ever been that kind of dynamic between any of those characters before, especially Captain Cold with any of them. Oh, that's you too, buddy. Good shot. No, I remember when like that gun used to just kill people on this TV show. Like he'd freeze somebody, they're dead. Oh my god. Captain Cold, you stone cold, bro. You stone cold killer if you guys don't know what shader I'm using. But then like his freezing just fucking does the comic book thing, the Injustice 2 thing that it does, where it just freezes you a little bit. And then like it's like, okay, so what's the gun doing? Why is it doing that? Why isn't most of the fights? And it's weird because on the Legend of Tomorrow, I'm thinking, why isn't he killing or stopping more people
Move,
easily?
arrow, and I'll blast you.
Why's it gotta be a cold gun?
Captain Tropical doesn't roll off the tongue.
Begin.
Out of most people, he's the guy that I'm like, wow, bro, like you should have mopped this dude already with that gun of yours. But yeah, Captain Tropical. That showcase though. Yeah, I don't think like, even though I got like Captain Cold level 20, I don't think I ever was like a boss for this combinations. I just used his special moves, and I used them right. I like never used his trait though. Oh, also, I don't know what to call them. My friends criticized the terminology I made up for it, but I really don't know what to call it. Like, you know, the moves, like the icicle, Captain Cold, how you can like determine where it lands on the screen, far, close, mid, and which is apparently, tell me if I'm wrong, guys, because I'm sure you will, if it's like exclusive to like NetherRealm, but I made up a term for it. I called them like directionals, and then they were like thinking I was like talking about like the inputs, like the general like move inputs, and I was like thinking, why would somebody call them directionals? But I realized that there's fighting games out there that's like one button, so like one button does a thing. So I guess that's a reason why, but I feel like directionals, or maybe regionals,
Dangerous man.
like it sounds like I'm talking about
Cooler than parkas.
I'm practical.
Catwoman talking shit.
Begin.
But yeah, it's like, it sounds like I'm talking about like Glee season 3, but nah, like I'm not good with those moves. Like, I'm all right with button inputs. Like some of this shit, like I have a general idea of what's happening, of what's gonna come out of my controller, my fingers. And see, most of the icicles that hit, like most of them hit, like, well, that one, of course not that one, but yeah, for most part they actually do hit, so that's actually pretty cool. So I've been just bouncing around with conversations, but yeah, Captain Cold, he's actually got, like, he's not actually corny. He doesn't actually have corny like power set. He's cool dude. As he's introduced in the show, he's a guy who's like stone cold criminal stealing shit, and he gets a gun. He steals a gun because he's an opportunist from like Cisco, which is actually a little bit less cool that he didn't actually build it himself. Now I'm thinking, like, because this one continues to snap at you. I built this gun myself. And so, like, I really do appreciate that, like, some of Flash's villains just make their own shit, and they're, like, smart geniuses in their own right. So, Captain Cold, he's got a cool ice gun that stops the Flash. He's, like, Cold beats him, and he's, like, clever, he's cunning, he's probably one of the most competent rogues that the Flash had in the CW.
Playing the hero, Damien? I'm not playing at anything. Most kids only have one dad to disappoint.
Deadass. And he's only got 2 dads because Damien's a piece of shit. Like, fuck. Well, playing those street rules. I think your access to the Batcave was restricted a while ago, Damien.
This gun myself.
Yeah, he designed his gun himself. But like they kind of like played a little bit to that idea in the shows by like having him like take the gun apart so he understands how it works. Like Cisco's this hyper genius who's really good with engineering, but you know, Captain Cold, he's smart enough to be on his feet to be able to break apart that gun and figure out why it functions, how it works. Which really like proves the potential that he had that was kind of squandered because of his fucking really terrible childhood. I don't know why I'm laughing at that because I'm just like it's just like really like in your face and loud when there's an intro. Captain Cold's like, what do you know about Daddy? And he's all like, I don't, well, when he was around, I know he beat you bad. And he's like, who are you? It's just like in your face, and it's like, Jesus, man, I'm damn, bro. It's really hard to react to that, like, cause he's dealing with some shit. But yeah, like it sucks that they killed him. They killed him. Spoiler alert, by the way. They killed him at the end of the first season of Legends of Tomorrow. Then they brought him back in season 2, but to time travel shenanigans. And they had the ability with the Spear of Destiny. They could have, but they failed to. I just remember that they could have, but they could have brought Captain Cold back with the Spear of Destiny. But none of them did that. None of them thought, oh my God, they had 2 instances last year to like change the CW verse.
The flame that will scorch
Make
this
it better.
Time to put that fire out.
But they squandered it. They squandered Flashpoint. And they squandered the Spear of Destiny, which was a storyline I wasn't even aware of existed in DC until, you know, Legends of Tomorrow, but it was fucking squandered. They could have brought Cappy back, but they didn't. And Wentworth was like apparently like a regular on all those seasons, but he really wasn't.
Somebody call the ice cream man?
Man, CW needs to call the Ice Cream Man. That's what the name of this. That's the name of this video, guys. CW calls the Ice Cream Man. Well, I'm like hot fucking garbage. Well, like, and then there's like those sad little punches I throw out trying to like hit him. Yeah, like that. Get destroyed a little excessively.
Captain Cold wins.
Yeah, with that, I think it's a good time to call this video. This was me talking to you for like 15 plus minutes about the Cappy. You guys have a good night, good day, good morning, whatever time this reaches you. And remember, stay frosty.